Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Madness, madness, they call it madness. Madness, madness, they call it madness.
There's been a lot of coverage of remarks the President of the United States made on live television last night, as he updated America on coronavirus. In the recent past, the President has suggested people try unproven drugs as a possible treatment. What have you got to lose, he had said. Well, last night, the President suggested that people could receive injections of disinfectant to cure coronavirus.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that has him in check, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting.
Get the right folks who could.
Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number in the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. The new headline is Trump asks people to go outside. That's dangerous. Here we go. Same old group. You ready? I hope people enjoy the sun. And if it has an impact, that's great. I'm just hearing this, not really for the first time. I mean, there's been a rumor that, you know, a very nice rumor that you go outside in the sun or you have heat and it does have an effect on other viruses. But now we get it from one of the great laboratories of the world, I have to say. Covers a lot more territory than just this. This is probably an easy thing, relatively speaking, for you. I would like you to speak to the medical doctors to see if there's any way that you can apply light and heat to cure. You know, if you could. And maybe you can, maybe you can't. Again, I say maybe you can, maybe you can't. I'm not a doctor. But I'm like a person that has a good you-know-what.
As the President said, he's not a doctor, but he's like a person that has a good you-know-what. Some people who are actual doctors have pointed out something very important, and I want to draw your attention to this. As BBC News reported, a pulmonologist, Dr. Vin Gupta, said, this notion of injecting or ingesting any type of cleansing product into the body is irresponsible and it's dangerous. Kasif Mahmood, a doctor in Charleston, West Virginia, tweeted, as a physician, I can't recommend injecting disinfectant into the lungs or using UV radiation inside the body to treat COVID-19. Don't take medical advice from Trump. John Barnes, a pulmonologist at Zuckerberg San Francisco General Hospital, warned that even breathing fumes from bleach could cause severe health problems. He told Bloomberg News, inhaling chlorine bleach would be absolutely the worst thing for the lungs. The airway and lungs are not made to be exposed to even an aerosol of disinfectant. Not even a low dilution of bleach or isopropyl alcohol is safe. It's a totally ridiculous concept. So the vital public health message we should all take, having heard the President's remarks, is you should ignore them and not follow them. His advice is dangerous. But what would cause the President of the United States to say such things on live television in the middle of the biggest public health crisis in living memory, in which thousands of his citizens are dying every day? A lot of people have been talking about this, trying to explain why the President would say something so stupid. I got to wondering whether there could be a medical explanation for the President's behaviour. Now, it's important for me to stress that, like the President, I'm not a doctor, but I'm like a person that has a good you-know-what. So I've been working on a theory of what happened yesterday, and after several minutes of Googling and lifting passages from websites, here's my diagnosis here on live radio, with my thanks to Wikipedia. In my opinion, the President appeared to be speaking from the final component of the gastrointestinal tract. I'm thinking of the internal sphincter and the external sphincter, which are circular muscles that normally maintain constriction of the orifice and which relaxes as required by normal physiological functioning. The inner sphincter is involuntary and the outer is voluntary. It's located behind the perineum. Judging by what we heard from the President, there's clearly a problem in this area of his body, and so I did some research as to how it might be cured. What treatments are there for problems in that area? And I thank the Mayo Clinic for this. Eat high-fibre foods. Eat more fruits, vegetables and whole grains. Use topical treatments. Apply an over-the-counter cream or suppository containing hydrocortisone, or use pads containing witch hazel or a numbing agent. Soak regularly in a warm bath or sitz bath. Take oral pain relievers. I stress again, I'm not a doctor, but I'm like a person that has a good you-know-what. I hope this helps.